What would happen to a girl's body when stress is excessive? Not sure whether all of you have this sense of resonance. As society develops, women's responsibilities are increasing. In family life, in addition to giving birth to the next generation, women also need to share housework, from cleaning and sanitation to laundry and cooking, and also take care of the daily lives of children and the elderly. However, many people still believe that this is what women should do. Not only that, there are always people who still require modern women to have a certain amount of knowledge, have a decent job and a good income. In the workplace, the demands on women are more demanding, and in the same position competition, women's roles are clearly at a disadvantage. Many companies will first consider recruiting men. Under such a social environment, women's stress is too high, and they always feel that life is not satisfactory. So, for a long time, will women's health be threatened? The health hazards caused by excessive pressure. Anxiety and depression. More and more studies show that women's stress is increasing, causing various levels of anxiety and depression. Multiple factors affect women's mental health, especially in the areas of job burnout and family pressure. Many people may think that it is normal to have feelings of anxiety, depression, oppression, and anger in work and life, but in fact, these emotions not only harm one's own mental health but also cause damage to physical health. Anxiety is mainly characterized by tension without an apparent reason and constant tension, making people feel unhappy. Depression is characterized by low mood, accompanied by physical discomfort, cold behavior, and even more severe self-denial, excessive self-blame, and pessimism. Some people also experience insomnia, weight loss, and decreased libido. Do not underestimate emotions. The health problems they bring are worth paying attention to. Currently, due to excessive pressure, the phenomenon of anxiety and depression caused by women is very common. Some text goes here. Breast disease. Does stress have an effect on a woman's breast? The answer is yes. Do you think there are more women now with breast hyperplasia than before? On the one hand, medical equipment has become more advanced, and inspections have become more precise. On the other hand, the pressure on women from work and family is increasing, which further leads to an increase in the incidence of breast hyperplasia. Breast hyperplasia is the most common breast disease in women, and it mostly occurs during the reproductive age when female hormone secretion is at its peak. The main factors that affect it are as follows. Women in this age range usually have to balance their family and work, and need to bear the pressure of competition at work, and cannot avoid issues such as pregnancy, childbirth, and caring for infants after marriage. Especially for girls in big cities, they may get married later and have fewer breastfeeding times. Breast hyperplasia is mainly caused by excessive growth, incomplete breast recovery, and an imbalance of hormone secretion. Many women have symptoms such as breast pain, and they can touch the breast lump themselves, especially in the days before menstruation. The pain will worsen, and the symptoms will alleviate after menstruation. The impact of trying to conceive. When I'm in the clinic or the ward, I often chat with girls who say they've been married for a few years and have been trying to conceive for a long time, which is worrying. For these couples who have difficulty trying to conceive, they may need to undergo diagnosis, treatment, and even invasive examinations, causing young couples to suffer pain and stress. In addition, the various pressures from family and society make their emotions more unstable, and these negative emotions will in turn affect their attempts to conceive. Although both husband and wife bear considerable pressure, under traditional Chinese concepts, there is a greater bias towards women, and the pressure on women is far greater than that on men. Women's attempts to conceive would require harmonious sexual life, normal ovarian function, and the ability to complete fertilization. In addition, the uterus's inner membrane needs to change regularly. The most basic is the endocrine axis. The hypothalamus-pituitary ovary axis must be normal to allow the development and release of the ovary. However, under the tremendous psychological pressure of tension, depression, anxiety, and other negative emotions, it will affect the regular operation of our sexual glands. Among them, the hypothalamus is closely related to our emotional regulation center and is controlled by our cerebral cortex. Long-term stimulation of negative emotions will cause abnormal ovulation, amenorrhea, and other infertility factors, thereby increasing the difficulty of trying to conceive. The impact of body shape and weight. Surely in contemporary times, no delicate girl would not wish to be slender and beautiful. But under the high-intensity pace of life, overtime has become the norm, and even though you've made plans to go to the gym or do yoga after work, you're still stopped by sudden tasks. After a hard day's work, if you don't eat something good, it's not fair to yourself for all the hard work you've put in, so you unintentionally consume more calories than planned. Under such a lifestyle, the goal weight becomes increasingly distant. Modern urban girls have a more comprehensive range of food choices, and the development of the takeout industry has driven the catering industry. But long-term consumption of high salt, high sugar, high-calorie takeout foods is not optimistic for blood lipid levels, and it's not uncommon for young people to have high triglycerides and cholesterol. Even the slim girls around me have been found to have fatty livers in medical examinations. Due to frequent overtime and all-nighters, it's probably become a habit, and young people like to rely on coffee to extend life, drinking several cups a day to boost their spirits. But you might not know that research abroad has shown that drinking too much coffee in a long-term high-pressure environment can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. So, everything must be done in moderation. How to alleviate stress. Make plans before taking action. Engage in regular relaxation activities. Having a lot of work and daily tasks can often make people feel tired and overwhelmed. It's best to plan before taking action and organize and prioritize tasks. Put the most important things first, then what needs to be done, and finally, what you want to do. By doing the most important things first, the psychological pressure will be slightly relieved, otherwise, you will always feel that you have too much to do and feel uneasy. Engage in regular relaxation activities. Appropriate exercise can effectively relieve stress, and exercise can increase the good-feeling neurotransmitters in our brain, and improve the quality of sleep. Due to work or taking care of children, many women often need to reverse their days and nights, have less sleep time, and have poor sleep quality. They can do yoga appropriately. Studies have shown that yoga can improve sleep quality, relieve back and waist pain, and make people physically and mentally relaxed, thus relieving stress. Accepting psychological services. If you are in a high-pressure state for an extended period, it is essential to communicate and talk to those around you and express your emotions. If you still can't get rid of it, actively seek psychological counseling, and don't feel embarrassed. Only by accepting professional psychological health counseling can you adjust your psychological state. If it really comes to needing medication, please don't resist it. Paying attention to health issues. With society's continuous development and progress, it is good to see that people are paying more attention to their physical health. Although various units will also organize regular physical examinations for employees, we still hope that everyone can give themselves a more detailed targeted physical review in their busy life. If the examination results are all normal, that is the best. If there are some problems, early discovery and treatment will avoid many unnecessary troubles.